Right, hello. Right, just getting started here. Let's get the window up in view. Let's get the gate running. And finally, let's go to Party Land yet again. Okay. Can I do anything here? Can I accomplish anything here? Dang it. First of all, I think that's bad. Oh my. It again, fellow. Wow, what happened there? Oh, you got lucky. What happened there was I got lucky. Let's hit the cyclone. Two and 9. Keep over. Oh, nice. What happened there? Ooh. Dang it. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I see those balloons, and I think those represent the amount of points you get for going through the loop from the right side. Through the loop from the right side. I don't know which side. Ooh, 2 more for mad. Great, 1 million. If only I could have got this kind of score on the previous ball, well, I would be... I'm sure I would have a better high score now. I'm sure I would have a better score by now. By the way, I'm using my triggers on my controller for the flippers. 0 and 8 and... Ooh. Dang it. Could I have done anything to save the ball there? The cyclones I'm getting, it's really nice, but... $1 million for the tunnel. Amazing. 3 million. Dang, I almost got 5 million from the tunnel. Poor cyclone. Ooh. Thankfully, the... Okay, ball 3. What I can do here. Bad. Very, very bad. Fine. Okay. Right, Skyride the first day. Skyride. I think it would be easier to tell if there was something I could do to save the ball, or if I was watching rather than playing. Like maybe I could slow it down, or... I was going to stream a few hours earlier today, but I wasn't awake enough. I wasn't feeling rested. I wasn't feeling well rested enough to have the will to start streaming. Thick. And What a frickin'... I think I saved the ball there, but nudging the table there. Right, I got to the sky ride. Dang it. That was ball 2. Oh, 2 million for that. That's amazing. And oh, nice. $1 million for that skill shot. Alright, let's see what's in the arcade. These letters spotted. It. Could I have done anything? Alright, let's see what's in the arcade. The extra ball is lit. Every day I get an extra ball from that, though. I had went to the... If I had gone to the side lanes, I would have gotten an extra ball, but no. Total skill shot for 1 million. Damn it! That was awful. Absolutely awful run. And absolutely awful runs of this table have been awful. And 2 and 5. Damn it. Killed. That means I cannot use the flippers. That's the first time I got a tilt. grief. And 6, good grief. What do I do? Two cyclone. Just went right past the guard right at the bottom. Man, I can smell something delicious cooking. 10-6. And no, I'm glad I didn't score any points there. Otherwise, that would have been. Otherwise, I would have lost that ball. Like, why did I hit the ball back when the slightly extra ball was lit? Well, because I had instinct to because I have the instinct to just keep it on the table when I don't really take notice of the extra ball, so I why for this horrible run? Why do you give me an extra ball for this horrible run? This is stupid. It's awful. Right, well. Jackpot is 10 point. This is awful. Oh my god. Like I'm using the flipper. They're way too late. Wonder what'll happen if I light up all 4 letters with that puke. $3 million. What could I do here? Cyclone. Cyclone. Wow, that was just luck. Man, it takes a long time to get an actual good score on this. Again, player 1. Eight. Thank goodness I didn't get any points. I got to shoot again. Extra ball. I was hoping that that would. Oh, cool ice cream. Oh no, it's like it kicked the ball off the table. Like the flipper there kicked the ball off the table. Cyclone. Man. Cyclone skill shot. Thankfully, the ball rebounded back onto the table and into my back under my control again. I don't trust that flipper from that. I don't trust that left hand flipper up there. Get a snack. The extra ball was lit. Eat. Dang! What could I have done? Oh! How did I score anything on that ball? Zero land. Damn it. Terrible. That was good. See if I can see what's from the arcade. Need an extra ball. Okay, what's from the arcade? Favorite letter. Oh no. Ooh, yes. The extra ball. Man, that was awful, that was terrible, that was nothing, that was yes. I'm still shot for 2 million. Wrong. Oh, like the left flipper there kicked the ball off the table. I think that's what happened. 0 and what? 3. That was nothing. That was awful. That was nothing. That was stupid crap, trash, garbage. That was for the garbage dump. Oh, 3. I couldn't have done anything there. Seven hand, let me guess. 7. Points, thankfully. Not bad. I'd like to see what's from the arcade, though. Aw. I don't like it when the ball gets... like it when the ball gets hit by the bumpers there. Thankfully, I get to party on. tell where the ball is gonna go. Why? That was nothing. It was trash. Still this game is rather quite addictive. Cyclone right after a tunnel shot. I'm impressed. Bet Medic Finland got 3 tunnel shots in a row. How did I get my 20 million points again? No. It's my second ball. It's not enough for a high score. And 5. Why? All that junk. Oh, good, I get to party on. I'm thinking I should just quit, but I'm also thinking I'll get a high score out of nowhere, and thinking that one of these times I'll get a high score. $8 million. There's Cyclone. I would like to see what's in the arcade, though. Damn it! Okay, not bad for a first ball. Very cold ice cream. Alright, we're going to the sky. Damn it. Not bad for a bonus, I guess. Skill shot. He's... I think I'll be able to get it in the tunnel again. Whoa! Hello, Crocodile Man. 7 and 3. And Heretic is coming up later. What's the high score going? Well, I got on a previous run. I got 20 million points, but I'm trying to. I cannot get complacent with that. So I'm trying to see if I can get a better score. It's my personal best, 20.7 million. You can see it in the highlights. About 27.8. But you screw the video. What do you mean you screw the video? At 1 times bonus. Peace. I guess I can believe it, but very fast and mean table. It's hard to keep track of what the ball is doing. Hard to keep track of the ball. 1 and 2. And I guess maybe I'm just not very good at this game. Heavens, it is addictive. Robia, the stream was dropped and you lost the bottom. Game stream, so it wasn't showing the score. Yes. You can also hide the bottom of the game screen by pressing enter key, but in my case the B button on my controller, I'm using the controller, I'm using the triggers to pull the flippers, I'm using the A button to nudge the table, using the B button for the enter key. Okay, bar. 5 million, holy moly. Not bad for a first ball. Live stream, yay. Dang it. I have saved the ball there. No, I think if you try and get a high score on this table, you, you remap to Y, use D-pad. Use D-pad for left flipper, E button for right flipper. Oh, you use the D-pad. No, using the triggers on my controller, it makes sense to me. You know, I think if you, anyone who's tried to get a high score on this table, like made an earnest effort to get a high score, I believe he deserves some kind of reward for that. 0 and 6, oh man. Oh, skill shot for 1 million. Bad. Oh, come on. Entrance, oh man, I thought I would get it in the hidden entrance. Well, yesterday, you found out how to activate the multipliers. Oh. My. But still, I think this is kind of gambling because you don't have much control over the ball, other than the flippers and nudging the table. If you nudge too much, you get a tilt, obviously, which means you can't use the flippers. And for some reason, on my absolute worst runs, it always seems to give me an extra ball on my absolute worst runs of this pinball table. What the foo? Like, surely the numbers at the bottom are RNG, right? Why does it always give me an extra pinball on my absolute worst runs of this table and not my best? Like the odds are stacked against me. Damn it. Let's see what's in the arcade. 500,000. And I'm worried about the Dawsonber website and everything else, the Dawsonber Cup events, what's going to happen with that? Yeah. And it sounds like the Retro Computing Events Discord server is going to be deleted soon. That's unfortunate, but go with ice, huh? Bad. That's sad. A million. 6 Cyclone. With a snack, dude. Like I could have done much there. $10 million. 3 and 7. Nice. It. Getting that 3 candy combo was hard. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't trust the flipper on the upper flipper on the left-hand side of the table. Damn it. I almost lost that ball. And, you know, judging by your big score and activating the multipliers, it sounds like you've been going at this for quite a lot longer than I have been, even though I've been trying for at least an hour every day. Man. 0 and what? 3. So far, like 7 hour, maybe. Sounds like you're much better at this than I am. Good heavens. Why did I lose the ball so quickly? Found a cool combo with the Green Goblin. I don't like it when the ball was getting bumped by those bumpers. I would like to see what's in the arcade. It's Speedy, that's bad. 1 million. Yeah, when the ball is so fast, you can't keep up with it. Oh, man. Nine and 2. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna quit here and take a break for 20 minutes while I get supper. So I'll be doing stuff for like 20 minutes now. Okay. Okay, there's the 20-minute timer started. Hopefully be back by then.
Supper time at 6.
Alright, I'm back. I'm just gonna find the launch script. Run the launch script. Alright, there we go. Right, well, the music is rather loud. Right, the music and sound volume should be better now. So how about we start on bringing them on it. Now I am not using novert.com. I'm not using novert.com. But this is the original DOS version of Heretic. When I played this game as a kid. I didn't have the full version, I only had the shareware version of Heretic. But now I have the full game from Steam, so... And get this, I found a big box Heretic in a bargain bin in a store in the US. That was a rather lucky find, I dare say, finding Heretic in a bargain bin in a store in the US. I live in Canada, so... But at the time I was living in a city that was half in the US. Half of the city is in Canada, half of the city is in the US. It was Sault Ste. Marie. But now I'm not living there anymore. When I was living there, that was like 5 or 10 years ago. But anyway, I managed to find a big box copy of Heretic in a bargain bin. And also, I have a CD version of Hatson. And it would be nice if I could rebind the mouse wheel up and down to next or previous inventory. I think I like the original DOS version of Heretic over the remastered re-release by Night Dive. Glad the remastered Night Dive re-release brought back a lot of textures that were going to be in the game, but were cut for one reason or another. I'm glad they brought those textures back. What can I do in the mapper, huh? Okay. left, middle, right. Why not? Let's see if I can map it to the... No. Bet. Seriously, I wanted to see if I could map the left and right bracket to the inventory left and right. I have a feature request open in DOSFoxX GitHub repo, but did I find all the secrets? Okay, yes I did. I found all the secrets. Killed all the monsters, found all the items, found all the secrets. I like how the crossbow fires really... I like how the fire rate of this ethereal crossbow and how powerful it is. You get a weapon that fires really... that can fire like twice each second. You get like 2 shots per second. No, 1 shot per second. But the shotgun in Doom, it takes longer than 1 second to shoot your shotgun in Doom. And that's one thing I like about the ethereal crossbow. People like to say the ethereal crossbow is like a medieval shotgun, and I can understand why. They can shoot a spread of projectiles that can hit multiple enemies all at once, but most of the damage seems to be concentrated. Most of the damage is concentrated on the central crossbow bolt. I don't know. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to select the inventory items. You know, in my childhood I also had access to a program that shows you a list of cheats. Gives you a list of cheat codes for each game. There's one of those games in the cheat list program was Heretic, and it showed you not only... and that program showed you not only the cheat codes, but also addresses within the save file that you could go to. You could edit the numbers, and to change the amount of time in that power blast and stuff like that. You could make power-ups last longer. You could even get rid of the power-up time. Build a It gets tiring holding down shift all the time, so that I could run around like this. Actually, let's fix that. Alright, now I can use... Alright, I set the hold flag on those keys. So now I don't have to hold down the shift key if I want to. Now I can just press it once. It'll be held down. Let me get the window moved around here. I can press shift once, and DOS X will hold it down for me. Man. After this map, I feel like going to the DOS X documentation and looking at what's... feel like going to the DOS X documentation and seeing what that says about the mouse wheel, the scroll wheel on the mouse. It seems I have a lot of crossbow ammo, ethereal arrows. But why if the arrows are supposed to be ethereal, then why do the left and right bolts not hit ghostly enemies? Wait, well, take a quick break. Well, not really taking a break here, but just going to the DOS X website. Yeah. Where is it? DOS X wiki. Alright. also select special keys, mapper editor, configuration file, okay, true mouse wheel support, emulated mouse wheel support. Okay, so, mouse wheel key. Okay, so it supports up, down arrows, left, right arrows, page up, page down keys, control up, control down. We'll disable the conversion for guest systems. That in the SDL section. Okay. So it's mouse wheel 2, mouse wheel key. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. Heretic setup. Okay. Trigger controller. Inventory left and inventory right. Okay, that's not... Okay, I can use the up and down arrow keys, but I'm gonna have to change the... I'm gonna have to change that mouse wheel key again. Mouse key, wheel key equals 1. Okay, bring everything back in view again. Keep the browser window below the others. Then launch Heretic again. Wait, no. Okay. Load the game file. And again, where can I change the key to use the inventory item? Oh, drat. Okay, let's get it. Okay, use me. Looks like I cannot change the key to use the inventory item. Oh man. I guess I have to go to the DOSLocksX mapper. 12M. Can't. Oh. But I can press the G key to use the selected inventory item. Well... What the heck? It's like the G key you found to inventory left or inventory right. It. Like, what the heck? Why is it not using the inventory item that I wanted to? Like, I have the G key bound to the enter key. Maybe I better get rid of that. And my mouse cursor is appearing in front of my window and I have to move the window around. Oh, come on. What the heck? And what the heck is going on with the weird key binding setup? Like... I guess I better change the next and previous inventory to use the V and X key and get rid of that mouse wheel key binding. Okay. Heretic setup. Okay, so you can controller, inventory left, inventory right. Okay. What's going on? Yeah. Right then. Right then, that should be the issues with the key binding sorted out for now. What the heck? Okay. But I thought it was supposed to use the inventory item that I have selected. not go to the next inventory item or the previous inventory item. What is going on? It's like there's an awful bug. It's like this game has some awful bugs. I'm using the torch right now, but all these bugs, these damn bugs. Like, I reset the inventory, the item key bindings, and oh hey, thanks for the raid, Vortail. Oh my goodness. Playing Heretic, having a bit of trouble with the key bindings here, you see. I'm pressing the enter key right now and scrolling through the inventory. Even though it should be using the selected inventory item. What am I doing wrong? Oh my goodness. I think I've got the next and previous inventory item and stuff sorted out. But anyway, how was your stream? What were you doing? You doing anything interesting, anything fun, anything special? Enjoying the awesomeness? Man. We're finishing off Ken's Labyrinth. Had fun with that. Wow, Ken's Labyrinth. I remember that game. I never beat it, but I know it was rather annoying in some ways. Ken's Labyrinth. I remember, or the slot machine from Ken's Labyrinth, I remember. That there was a door in the first level you could only open if you gambled at the slot machine a few times. Save scumming. A lot of save scumming is involved in winning at the slot machine in Ken's Labyrinth, and you have, if you want to get to the secret rooms on level 1 of Ken's Labyrinth, you have to basically save scum it. Man. And what the heck? Why is it not? I'm pressing the enter key and it's scrolling back. It's scrolling backwards through my inventory when I'm... Maybe it's because I was pressing shift. Like, I have the shift key in DOSBox set to hold. I have the hold flag set on the shift keys in DOSBox X. Right. Okay, that's all the kill. Those are all the items, all the secrets. Really, come to think of it, I really haven't tried shift and enter in the original game before. Yeah, I had to stop there so I could activate the Tome of Power. Tome of Power, it powers up your weapons for a limited amount of time. Yeah. Also from Kenzan Brings, I remember there were windmills that were... I remember there'd be rainbow-colored windmills that hurt you when you stood on the same tile as those rainbow-colored windmills. I remember walls you could blow open, and walls that had the shoot me on them, you could blow them open. I think I completed episode 1 of Ken's Labyrinth as a kid, but I really don't remember much of Ken's Labyrinth. My goodness, that really does ring a bell for me. And now that I play a bit of this the original version of Heretic, we're really spoiled in this day and age with the modern control schemes and the auto run and auto aim. We really are spoiled. I had to... Holding down the shift key is really uncomfortable. So, I set a flag on the shift key and DOS Locks X to hold down the shift key for me. When you go into the DOS Locks X mapper, that's F12M, you can click on each key, and you can click on each key and you can set the hold flag on the key. So that you don't have to hold down the key yourself. I remember Heretic from my childhood. I only have the shareware version of Heretic from my childhood. But nowadays I have a Heretic on Steam. I don't have Heretic on Go, alright, but I think Heretic is available on GOG too. Goodness. I'm really thankful that DOSember is a thing, but I'm really sad that the DOSember website and the Discord server seems to be in a not very good position. I think it sounds like they're going to shut down soon. What's going to happen to the DOSember Cup? What's going to happen to the... Oh man. What's gonna happen to the DOSember Cup, the DOSember Scavenger Hunt, the... Man. Okay. So... Okay. all the secrets and all the monsters. And I am set for the Citadel. Rather unfortunate that the December website and December Discord server they're gonna shut down. But I hope that whoever's I would take on the responsibility. Maybe I would take on the responsibility of hosting it myself, but I don't have the cloud, and I don't know. I don't fully know what that would entail. How much it would cost me. How much it would cost us. Man, December is amazing. December is something that Twitch really needs, in my opinion. Especially because if you look on the retro category on Twitch, it's mostly dominated by consoles and, other games that are not available on Steam or GOG in this day and age. I'm really glad there was such a significant turnout for December this year. Like I heard there were over 500 streamers who applied for December. Oh boy. I like it when monsters hurt each other. And going crossful, so it'd be a good idea too. And me. I'm also glad that DOS is a thing, because if you really want to use an old DOS machine, by all means go ahead, more power to you, but it's going to be a heck of an ordeal if you come across technical issues. If you allocated the memory wrong, or in a way that if you allocate memory in a way that the game doesn't work for some reason, well, tough luck, but maybe. I also heard that Jogrest had quite a few technical issues trying to run the original version of Hexen because the game just kept freezing. The game just kept freezing for some reason on the Guardian of Steel. Anyway, I'm glad you had fun with King's Labyrinth. Oh man. And by the way, I believe you are my first. You were the first people to raid me for December, so. Thank you very much. And what should I do here? Thinking. That's what I should do. Okay. I'm full of crossbow ammo, so. And the Tome of Power with the Elven Wand, it really is something. Oh man. So you may notice if you look down in the stream tags, I have the Linux tag there. I'm using Kubuntu 2404. I switched over to Kubuntu 2404 from Kubuntu 2204 back in last year, I think. And I had to switch over because Kubuntu 4 does not last as long as the mainline Ubuntu, so you have to switch over. You have to be prepared to switch over more quickly. Oh man, let's see. I'm gonna take the old flag off of the. Wait. Well, yeah. Today I learned when you have both the shift and the enter key pressed at the same time in this game, it will move the inventory to the. It will select the next inventory item in your inventory for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe the developers didn't test that, but it's understandable given that they only had real hardware to work with, but still. And you know, the seeing as how we have this in this day and age, seeing as how we have auto run in this day and age, makes me think we really are spoiled. Spoiled by modern control schemes that allow us to run without having to hold down the shift key. It's pretty much essential in some cases. Would not be a very smart idea to pick up that armor, because that shield is... I already have a good amount of armor. Is there another mummy in there? Is there another mummy in this room? Get the undead knights behind that stained glass window, that fake wall. Right then, like I cannot cycle through the... Like I cannot cycle through the inventory. Like, if I'm at the last item in my inventory, it's not going to go to the first item in my inventory. It's not going to go to the last inventory item if I use the previous inventory key when I'm on the first item in my inventory. Right then. I kick some ass in the graveyard. This guy is getting on my nerves. Yeah. I've gotta love being able to run and gun like this. That's why they call these games boomer shooters. Did I go in there already? I think I did. Claw orb there. I've been streaming a different DOS game every day in December. I almost missed today because I didn't. I was too tired to. I took a walk in the morning and I was really tired after that. I seemed to have gotten really tired after that, so I slept and I had a good sleep. I had a good rest, so I've been going at Heretic for 1 hour already, I was trying at making another attempt at a high score with the Pinball Fantasies Party Land. And right then, you know, sometimes those disciples drop Tome of Power. All the monsters, nearly all the items, all the secrets. Watch out for those red axes, cause those are ghosts. Those are undead knight ghosts, and they only throw red axes, and those red axes hit quite a lot more than the green ones. Breathe. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I hurt myself on purpose. Really wondered, was the note how it scrolls to the left in your inventory when you have shift and enter, was that intentional? I really don't know whether it was intentional or not. Oh man. Well, I think feeling nothing, so I think I might take a break. I'm gonna take a quick break when I beat this level. I will be back, of course. I will be back after the break, of course. I like Heretic more than Doom, because Heretic isn't punishing when you take a hit. Also, easier to avoid getting hit. Heretic with fast monsters, well, I haven't played Heretic a lot. I haven't played Heretic with fast monsters extensively, but I have played Heretic with fast monsters on the highest skill setting. The Black Plague possesses thee. You know, about the action skill levels, I noticed that G4 fixed the typo in the... There's a typo in one of the skill names for action. In one of the mage's skill settings, there's a typo. It's it says Archimage instead of Archmage. And apparently that typo was fixed when G-Doom, but when Useredo became a thing, they reverted it back to the original spelling, so it says Archimage again. I guess they didn't notice that. The letter I is pretty sneaky. There's really no other tool power that I can pick up. Guess not. I'm using the Dragon Claw because the ethereal crossbows left and right bolts do not hit the ghosts. Almost all the kills, all the secrets. Now, I'm gonna take a break because I have to relieve myself. See you when Okay, 19 minutes, not bad. To get the mouse, to capture the mouse again. Man. You know, I recently looked for LGR on Twitch. I recently looked for LGR on Twitch. Seemed to have found something that had resembled LGR's Twitch account, but gave him a follow. But I don't know if LGR ever streams on Twitch. A lot of running through the levels and kicking them, so boss. All gonna change in episode 2 though. The tougher enemies and the the charging enemy is in the the remastered version has charging enemies. And I really should, I wrote the countdown timer to the program myself, but I really should spread it to demonize, make it run in the background while currently I don't have any kind of magic going on with the processes, but oh yeah, that telefrag. So good. Really, I don't have any magic going on with the timer program process, but we should really set that up soon. Test it out. Yeah, I can do that before I start tomorrow's stream. So, December. Be such a huge simp for MS-DOS games that I feel like I want to do streams every day. Not a bad idea to pick up that silver shield. No, I can rebuy in the only DOS X lets you rebuy in the mouse wheel into certain other actions with the, but apparently it doesn't let you rebind the mouse wheel. So Configuration setting is called mouse underscore wheel underscore key. I tried that, but I thought I was running into issues like all the inventory scrolling forwards, but I thought that was an issue with the mouse wheel key, but it isn't. It's an issue with the apparently it looks like this game is programmed to in a way that if you press the shift and the enter keys at the same time, it will select the next inventory item. Oh man. From all the I think I would use my inventory items a lot more if it was easier, like if I could use the mouse wheel to manage my inventory items. I have the mouse wheel set up to manage the inventory items in ZDoom, in UZDoom, in GZDoom. I heard about there was a tweet from John Romero connecting says that Heretic and Rise of the Triad are part of the same continuum. Or if he doesn't say it, he at least implies it. It. Okay, well. Just in case the enemy is below the gas college behind me. That's why I wanted to have the Ring of Invincibility before taking those guys on. No. Having to deactivate, I need to unpress the shift key. Activate the inventory items. That's difficult. You're so spoiled in this day and age. Is there any... I don't think I saw any other way to activate the inventory items. I even looked in the setup program. It didn't let you customize that key binding. And okay. With the destruction of the Iron Liches and their minions, the last of the undead are cleared from this plane of existence. Those creatures had to come from somewhere, though. You have the sneaky suspicion that the fiery portal of Hell's Maw opens onto their home dimension. Make sure that more undead, or even worse things, don't come through. You'll have to seal Hell's Maw from the other side. Of course, this means you may get stuck in a very unfriendly world. But no one ever said being a heretic was easy. Then, episode 2, here we go. The Night Dive re-release, this area is completely different. A lot of the maps are very different from the originals in the Night Dive re-release. 2025 re-release. Away from them all. Away from them. I almost forgot how to get that open, but I think in order to get that open, I think we have to get through this area. Alright, I need the green key for that door. Right, here's the Hell Staff. Now, in the re-release, the Hell Staff has homing projectiles. I don't think the Hell Staff in this version has homing shots. I don't think the Hell Staff has homing shots on the original version. It's like I always say, like when I'm on a lift or when I start of a level or oh, come on, aim! Aim! Come on. I think I should be able to aim better than that. Goodness. It. Did I remember to change the category? I think I forgot to change the category. Hold on. Yeah. I did. Hold on. Hold on. I really should have done that long ago, but it's just having too much fun with awesomeness. Hey, how do I... see, I automatically assume when I go up, I touch a wall. Insert and delete to fly up or down. There's another way we are rather foiled by modern control schemes. Oh, what the poo! Can't see him. Gotta flip that switch before I break the level. Not doing very well. Be with these tougher enemies, the game isn't so easy. What the heck? I barely ever used the powered up bow staff. This powered up version hones in on enemies, but it also rains down magical, rains down magic on them. And reported where you don't really want to be annoying. It's a bit of a pain. Is that all of them? That looks to be all of them, alright. But yeah, what's in here? Anything interesting in here? The Iron Lich. By the way, I looked up the pronunciation in the dictionary. It's Lich. Dang, wall running. Wall running. Man. I really wonder how modern games manage to run the game at 30 frames per second. Well, I know that this runs at 35 frames per second because it's the Doom engine. Didn't have much better than that back then. This is the time when studios had to do everything in-house. They didn't have... There weren't a lot of general-purpose game engines like there are today. Like, you know, the Godot engine, the Unreal Engine, Unity 3D. All that didn't exist back then, so the studio wanted to make a game, they had to make the engine too. It's amazing that DOSBox X exists, but what about Windows 95, Windows 98? Some of those games don't even work properly on modern systems, even on Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 11, and that. I think that compatibility with those apps is going to go the way of the dodo if it hasn't already. I know I'm on Linux and I know Wine has better compatibility with old Windows apps, but still, I think we need a Windows 98 emulator, like how there's DOS emulator, or how there's console emulators. Like in Wing Commander Prophecy, that's my favorite video game from my childhood. You'll get it. You try to run the. You can buy it from GOG.com even to this day, but if you try to run it on modern systems, you'll just get sound skipping errors. You'll have issues with the sound skipping. And is there any other way to run other than hold down the shift key? I don't think this game has auto run. Well, this game doesn't have auto run. We don't. Some game, Duke Nukem 3D has auto run. You can activate that with caps lock, but I think I better save that shield pickup for later. Because I haven't gotten everything on this level and I would like to. There's a Phoenix Rod, that's Heretic's rocket launcher. When I first got the Phoenix Rod, I was a bit disappointed because it was just a rocket launcher. It wasn't. And then if you use the tool of power, it's a flamethrower too, but not a very crappy flamethrower. That all done enough. It's time for me to go to the next level. I can't tell if my... Okay, so the run is active. Shift key is active. I feel like turning down the music and so. I feel like I could turn down the music one more notch. I try binding I have two buttons on the side of my mouse. I tried binding those to the next and previous inventory items, but that didn't work out. It's nice when you get to tell a friend, like one of those disciples. I don't need health, but if I need health, I can use the Tome of Power and the gauntlets of the Necromancer. When you're using the Tome of Power with the gauntlets of the Necromancer, you can get life, you can get health from enemies. I remember this room in the remaster and re-release of Heretic. They turned it into a boat. They turned it into a dock for a boat. I think I'm starting to get motion sickness. Oh. Right. Secret exit is on this level. Am I using the tool power for 3 seconds before I enter a fight? That's because tool power. Glad I was able to kill him before my tool of power time ran out. Yeah, I got all the secrets from all the monsters. Dang it. I have to toggle the shift key off before I use an inventory item for whatever reason the developers decided that if you're holding the shift key when you press the enter key, it makes you switch to the next inventory item. The messages on are thinking of stopping right I finished making up for the time we spent in the time I spent on break, whatever. I was thinking that I wouldn't be able to make the jump, but see how good the Phoenix Sword is at killing an Iron Lich. Sometimes I look at the automatically translated automatic speech to text. Just sometimes it's really funny to see what's on the speech to text. Thinking, because of the inaccuracies with the speech to text, I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking that Google, if I use the Bixby or the dictation on my Google phone, on my Android phone, it's going to suffer from the same inaccuracies. I have this speech to text, the speech recognition running in a Google Chrome window. Well, I'm really loving that. I'm really loving the terminal velocity game. Such awesomeness. Oh. How do I? Well, I saw the version of terminal velocity that runs on the S3 Verge GPUs, so-called 3D decelerators. It looks like, and seeing that footage reminded me of the Nintendo 64 games. Seeing the footage of the terminal velocity on a S3 Verge GPU reminded me, looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Go away from them. Very bad idea to what else can I do? Oh, come on, you are not telling me that I cannot aim down. I thought it was going to auto-aim at the gas pods or the undead knight. It's just like the Archvile in Doom. Yeah, the Iron Lich and the Archvile have the same amount of hit points. It's hard to see either. If there are any enemies in there, it's hard to see them. good time to pick up that silver shield. Well, I like how easy it is to make more surgeries I do. Like you can make a mod that lets the Phoenix red shots hit ghosts. It's easy to make that kind of mod, so I made that kind of mod. I don't ever load it, but right, isn't there a enchanted shield in this level? 8 out of 9 secrets. Where is that last secret? I don't think that is the last secret. We gotta keep... You know, there's another Doom mod with doors that open automatically like that. Icarus Alien Vanguard. And I came across the automatically opening doors in Icarus Alien Vanguard. It threw me off. I kept on trying to open the doors even though they open automatically. I ended up closing them instead. Do. No, I've been working on the Wolfenstein. A few years ago I was working on Wolfenstein Blade of Agony, and one of the people who also worked on Wolfenstein Blade of Agony with me, he started streaming Wizard lately. And Wrath Aeon of Ruin, can't forget about that game. I think it's amazing that suddenly there are even open source video games. Really like how Heretic is, the fact that Heretic is open source, and that I think open source, the very fact that there are open source video games in the first place is rather remarkable, although I think it's unfortunate that these open source video games just can't meet the... Most of the open source video games just can't measure up to the quality standards that are set by other video game history. Even indie games have higher quality than most of the open source games. have launched a dragon claw, so why not use it? Get to the teleporters! I have the fireman boots yet. Don't. I killed him. Did I run out of armor? I did not. Where is he? He's over there. Oh, I hear that Heretic may have a higher display limit than the original Doom, but I don't really have any solid proof for that. But speaking of limits, there are modified Doom 2 Heretic executables with vastly increased limits for the Viz planes. I got the Wings of Wrath. The heck? No! These flight controls are janky, but that's just to be expected. Is there another enchanted shield on this level? I forget. I got most of the stuff in this level out of the way. Why is that closed? Okay. I've been playing modded Hexen a lot with a mod called Hexen Extended. All the monsters, all the items, all the secrets. We're in the labyrinth, I think. Right, I think I've had enough of the like to get on to another thing. So something that isn't MS-DOS. So font update script, updated fonts. Okay. Okay, a Twitch stream. I'm gonna try playing Wing Commander Prophecy with the. I'm gonna try playing Wing Commander Prophecy with this. With the high-res movie patch that I was recently sent today, so. Okay. Heroic Wing Commander Prophecy. Okay. Downloads, put it in the right folder. He says, hi again. I think the reason it isn't working is because of the Dolby Audio decoder not being present. I have a small update for you to try if you don't mind. Draw 2 files in the zip into the WCP folder and see if it will load the original VOD files now. I think and hope that the MPEG-2 decoder is already present because HCL's movie player does show you video without audio. I have also added some logging. If it still does not work, add this as a new line into the WCP on a unl.ini file in the movie player section. Enable debug equals 1. When you attempt to play a movie now, it should log in the error in movieplayer debug.txt, which you can paste back to me. Okay. Okay, let's put these zips into the Wing Commander Prophecy folder. Okay, let's see. The movies are all in MP4 format because I converted them to MP4. Okay, let's see if I still have the high-res movie packs. Oh my goodness, I can open in the zip files like folders. I didn't know that. Okay, I delete the movie folder. Extract all files to the movie folder. This is gonna take a while. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be... Okay, I'm on the second movie pack. Maybe I could unzip the third movie pack too. Dang. Okay, so I move that movie folder into the Wing Commander Prophecy folder. And okay, let's see what I can do here. It's heroic running. No, it's not. Heroic is not running. I'm just getting heroic games launcher. They're fired up right now. In case you don't know what that is. Okay. Okay, heroic games launcher is up and running. Okay, I am trying to launch Wing Commander Prophecy right now. Okay, just gonna open and close the window about 3 times. Okay, now Line Desktop is open, and Wing Commander Prophecy. Heck yeah, my favorite video game from my childhood. Okay. Talk to Dallas, see if this works. Man. I don't know what that was. Failed to load plugin. Oh, goodness. I didn't get rid of the Raptor command. That was really a failed attempt to... The Raptor command was really a failed attempt to try to get the... Okay. Trying this for a second time. For some reason, I don't know why. Okay, I gotta go to the game folder. Okay, movie player or debug. It's probably not there, but W3P limited dot configure W3P unlimited.ini. I wonder if the
Welcome to the TCS Midway Combat Simulator. This system is comprised of several training details for Confed Academy pilots of varying levels of experience. This first mission encompasses basic flight and fighting tactics. The white arrow on your forward view is pointing to the first navigation buoy. Turn your ship to face this nav point.
oh man,
Once it is in front of you, the nav point should appear as a white cross.
such an awesome childhood memory.
Fly to within 100 clicks of the buoy. Good. Now, turn your ship to face nav point 2. You will, again, need to fly to within 100 clicks of the nav buoy. Since it is a bit farther away, use your afterburners to increase your speed. Excellent. Now, stop your ship. Use the minus key to decrease your set speed to 0. When you stop, we'll do some basic target practice. There is now a target nearby. Use the T key to select this target. Watch for changes in your heads-up display. The selected target will appear, along with sensor data, such as alignment, range, shield strength, and armor level. The cursor in the center of your forward view will point you towards the target. Turn your ship to face the target and increase your speed to close in. Get within 20 clicks of the target. Here is a new target. Use T to select it, and then use the L key to lock the target. Target lock will engage the inertial target tracking system, as well as an advanced sensor package, which will allow you to identify the contents of cargo boxes. Using your ship's weapons, destroy this buoy. Press G to cycle through available guns. Press F to select full guns. Use the trigger on your joystick or the space bar on your keyboard to open fire. The next nav point is more than 100,000 clicks away. Flying manually to this point can take a very long time. To avoid this, use the autopilot feature. Press A when you see the auto light and your ship will fly automatically to nav 3. Excellent. Now, stop your ship. Use the minus key to decrease your set speed to 0. When you stop, we'll do some basic target practice. Press the T key to select the Kilrathi ship. Use the L key to lock the target. The Inertial Target Tracking System, or ITTS, provides a green diamond which you can use as a bullseye when firing your guns and missiles. Close in on the Kilrathi drone. Turn your ship if the drone moves from your forward view. Line up the center of your view screen and a green ITTS diamond and open fire. If the target gets away from you, use the tab key to afterburn towards it.
I shall feast upon your entrails. I shall tear you apart, dead fool.
Congratulations.
And Stormfire is quite an awesome weapon, but it's quite limited ammunition. Why is it lagging here? Is it because it's trying to render the space station? I don't think you'd be able to feel the explosion in space like that. But it's a neat effect nonetheless. Boy. You get a close look at those high-resolution models. Oh man. And the game effing crashed on me. Good grief. Well, anyway, thank you very much for coming. I really do appreciate it. You've really made it feel like it's worth it for me to keep streaming. You know? But anyways, would I write out to someone else doing DOS stuff? Maybe Captain Clever. Alright. I will maybe see you. I believe I will maybe see you tomorrow for more Dawsonness. Probably Hexen. Alright. Goodbye for now.